Angel Reese created an entire lowlights package in one game that has the internet going wild, while she and Dijonai Carrington are threatening a walkout over money. But that's not all. Caitlin Clark just showed up at an Iowa game looking completely transformed. Her new physique has everyone talking, and you need to see these photos. This is basketball drama at its finest, and you're about to get all the details. Let's jump right into what happened with Angel Reese during the latest Lynx vs. Aces game. If you thought you'd seen it all on a basketball court, think again, because Angel just created moments that have basketball fans everywhere shaking their heads in disbelief. I mean, one of them looked real dirty, if you want to know the truth. Angel was 8 for 16 for 17 points, 10 boards last night. 7 damn turnovers. First up, we need to talk about that backboard pass. In what might be the strangest play of the WNBA season, Angel Reese actually threw the ball directly into the back of the backboard, went under it, grabbed her own rebound, and looked around confused like nothing unusual happened. This isn't something you typically see outside of elementary school basketball games, folks. One Twitter user summed it up perfectly. Angel Reese thought she was playing dodgeball out there. The backboard pass wasn't just a simple mistake. It was a head-scratching moment that showed a fundamental misunderstanding of basic basketball principles. When you're a professional athlete making professional money, these kinds of errors are simply inexcusable. The clip has already been turned into GIFs and memes across social media, with basketball fans unable to believe what they witnessed. But that wasn't all. Angel's performance included 7 turnovers in a single game. 7, that's an astronomical number for any professional basketball player. While she did manage to put up 17 points and grab 10 rebounds, those 7 turnovers effectively negated much of her positive contribution to the team. Then there was a moment under the basket that many are calling dirty play. The footage shows Angel making what appears to be an intentionally aggressive move against an opponent, the type of physical play that has no place in professional basketball. Many fans online were quick to call this out, with comparisons to Draymond Green of the NBA, who has a reputation for occasionally crossing the line with physical play. What makes all this even more interesting is what happened after the game. Nefa Seeker hit the game-winning shot for the Rose BC team and immediately started talking trash directly to Angel Reese. The footage shows Seeker barking at Reese after sinking the shot, making it clear there's no fear factor when facing the much-hyped WNBA star. This moment highlighted something important. Despite all the media attention and endorsement deals, Angel Reese isn't intimidating her opponents on the court. For as well, we're going to talk about unrivaled. My goodness, Angel Reese did things last night I'm not sure we've ever seen on a basketball court. And maybe not in a real super duper positive way? Question mark. What are these highlights? What are these clips and somebody grabbed? I was like, is this real? Did this happen? Now let's shift gears to talk about something truly jaw-dropping, the podcast interview where Angel Reese and Dijonai Carrington essentially threatened to walk out if WNBA players don't get a substantial raise. The timing of this couldn't be more tone-deaf. As Angel's on-court struggles go viral, she and Carrington are on her podcast making demands about deserving more money. Let's break down what happened. In the latest episode of Angel Reese's podcast, she had Dijonai Carrington as a guest, and they started discussing the upcoming WNBA collective bargaining agreement negotiations. Angel and Dijonai both agreed that they deserve significantly more money, with Dijonai saying, "If y'all don't give us what we want, we may sit out," and Angel responding with an enthusiastic word. Here's where this gets complicated. The WNBA has been around for 26 years and has reportedly never turned a profit. It's essentially subsidized by the NBA, which keeps the league afloat financially. So when players who are struggling with basic fundamentals on court are threatening to walk out over money, many fans are understandably skeptical. One commenter online responded, "Please sit out forever, shut the league down, we will be good." Another wrote, "They can't even fill the stands unless they play against Caitlin Clark. Nobody wants to watch that trash basketball league." These reactions might seem harsh, but they reflect the reality about viewership and financial stability in the WNBA. Speaking of viewership, that's where this story gets even more interesting. While Angel Reese and Dijonai Carrington are threatening walkouts, the truth is that Caitlin Clark is currently the only player consistently drawing significant ratings for the league. Reports indicate she's pulling in approximately 3 to 3.5 times the viewership of any other player in the WNBA, including Angel Reese. The good news for WNBA players is that a new media rights deal is coming, which will be around 4 times the current deal. This will likely result in salary increases across the board. Financial experts suggest most players could see their salaries double or even triple once this new deal takes effect. But threatening to walk out right now, before this deal even kicks in, seems strategically questionable at best. Angel Reese seems convinced she's as popular as Caitlin Clark, but the numbers simply don't back that up. Even someone as accomplished as A'ja Wilson, multiple-time MVP and widely considered the best player in the league, only draws about 450,000 viewers during games. Compare that to the millions watching when Caitlin Clark plays. There's also the McDonald's endorsement deal that Angel recently secured. One commenter noted, "I had no clue who Angel Reese was when I was in the drive-thru at McDonald's and saw that special meal." This highlights the disconnect between how some WNBA players view their star power versus actual public recognition. What makes this situation even more complex is that the WNBA's new media rights deal is still built into the overall NBA media rights package. This underscores the financial reality that the W still relies heavily on the NBA for its business operations and visibility. Now let's pivot to the most exciting development in women's basketball right now, Caitlin Clark's remarkable physical transformation. Fans were shocked when recent photos of Clark at an Iowa Hawkeyes game went viral. The images show a dramatically different physique compared to her rookie season, with significantly more muscle mass, particularly in her shoulders and arms. One look at these photos, and it's clear Caitlin Clark has been putting in serious work in the weight room. According to Indiana Fever head coach Christy Sides, she is stronger first and foremost. She figured out the right way that I need to get stronger. She's done a great job of getting in the weight room and focusing on her strength in terms of low center of gravity, time under tension, all of those things. The transformation is truly remarkable. In the viral photos, Clark's trapezius muscles and shoulders appear significantly more developed, and her arms show definition that wasn't there during her rookie season. As one fan commented, "Cece's been hitting the weighted dip." Another noted, "She ain't getting pushed around in the paint this year." This physical development isn't just about aesthetics, it's a direct response to how Clark was treated during her rookie season. Throughout last year she was frequently on the receiving end of hard fouls and physical play that often bordered on excessive. Many fans and analysts noted that officials weren't calling flagrant fouls when Clark was targeted with unusually physical defense. Clark's response has been smart and strategic. Instead of just complaining about the physicality, she's adapted by building a stronger body that can withstand the punishment. As one commenter put it, her bully count for next season just dropped by 40%. Some have expressed concern that adding muscle mass might affect Clark's shooting, which is her greatest strength. However, given the methodical approach she's taken to her career development so far, it seems likely she's found the right balance between adding strength without compromising her shooting mechanics. A player who likely puts up hundreds of practice shots daily wouldn't make physical changes without ensuring they complement her overall game. What's particularly impressive about Clark's transformation is that it shows her commitment to longevity in the league. Rather than resting on her laurels after a record-breaking rookie season, she's already working on addressing the one area, physical strength, where she was at a disadvantage. This is the mindset of a player who isn't just thinking about next season, but is planning for a long and successful career. The contrast between these two stories couldn't be more stark. On one hand, we have Angel Reese making fundamental mistakes on court while demanding more money and threatening walkouts. On the other, we have Caitlin Clark quietly putting in the work to improve her game and adapt to the professional level, all while driving unprecedented viewership for the league. This disparity highlights different approaches to professional athletics. While some players focus on building their brand through social media and podcasts, others prioritize improving their skills and physical capabilities to perform better on the court. Both approaches have their place in modern sports, but ultimately performance is what drives viewership, and viewership is what drives revenue. The WNBA is at a critical juncture right now, with the new media rights deal on the horizon, and Caitlin Clark bringing unprecedented attention to the league. There's a real opportunity for growth, but that growth will only be sustainable if the product on the court matches the hype off of it. Players demanding more money need to ensure they're delivering elite-level play that justifies those demands. Fans will pay to watch excellence, whether it's Clark's incredible shooting range, Wilson's dominant all-around game, or any player who consistently performs at a high level. The coming years will be fascinating for women's basketball. Will Angel Reese develop her game and reduce those turnovers? Will Caitlin Clark's new physique help her dominate even more in her sophomore season? And how will the league handle the growing pains of increased visibility and the financial expectations that come with it? One thing is certain, the conversation around women's basketball has never been more energetic. More people are paying attention, discussing and debating than ever before. Whether that attention is positive or negative largely depends on what happens on the court. For players like Reese and Dijonai Carrington, the message should be clear. If you want bigger contracts, focus first on eliminating those highlight reel mistakes and delivering consistently excellent basketball. For the league as a whole, protecting its stars from excessive physical play, while also holding all players to a high standard of skill and professionalism, should be the priority. As for Caitlin Clark, she's setting the standard for what it means to be a professional. By identifying a weakness in her game and addressing it head-on, she's demonstrating the kind of commitment to excellence that builds sustainable careers and grows the sport. The next WNBA season promises to be the most watched in history, with Clark's improved physique, ongoing rivalries, and the financial stakes higher than ever. Fans will be tuning in to see if the basketball lives up to the drama, and that's ultimately what will determine the future of the league, not social media followers or podcast downloads, but the quality of the game itself. In the end, this story is about more than just Reese's turnovers or Caitlin Clark's muscles. It's about the evolution of women's basketball as it reaches new levels of visibility and scrutiny. The players who embrace that scrutiny and rise to the occasion will thrive. Those who don't may find themselves left behind, regardless of how many endorsement deals they secure. As one commenter asked, in 5 years, will Caitlin Clark already be the greatest women's basketball player to ever do it? That's a question that will be answered on the court, through performance, dedication and the willingness to constantly improve. And it's why basketball fans everywhere will be watching. Wow, what a contrast we're seeing between these players. If you found this breakdown interesting, don't forget to smash that like button and hit subscribe for more unfiltered basketball coverage. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Angel and Dijonai are right to demand more money?